Hey guys, this should be the last note video for this unit. I'm just going to whip through this. So the plan will be the following. Sorry guys, just going over some things here. Sorry, the plan is the following. You guys just go ahead and copy this note down. You can either just do that from the filled in note or from the video here. And hopefully this makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, we'll go over it on Monday. Okay, so, but get all of the written part, all the answers in the notes on your note, and then we can go from there. So what we're doing here is looking at what we call trig identities, and we're looking at things that are equal, and what we do is we use some rules and some what we call identities about trig relationships to show that they're equal. So these are the main identities here. The Pythagorean theorem identity, which you have in your notes there, is cos squared plus sine squared theta equals 1. I can show you how that works later, but it's not that important right now. And we rewrite them also as this and this. So you can rewrite them, so instead of having it this way, you have it so it's something equals cos squared theta and something equals sine squared theta. Okay, so we're just rewriting the original equation here. This one here is showing that sine theta over cos theta is equal to tan theta, and I'll just show you that one real quick. Remember that sine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and no, it's not, opposite of hypotenuse, and cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. So if you put them over each other, like sine over cos, OH over H over H over A, what you're doing there is you're dividing. So remember, when you divide by a fraction, you multiply by its inverse. So it's really O over H, right, this guy, times H over A. They cancel each other out, and you got O over A, which is what tan is. Okay, so that's why that's true. So you don't have to memorize these, you'll get all these. And these guys here are all versions of things that you already know. They're either versions of this that have been played around with, or this is just showing you that cosecant theta is 1 over sine theta, and secant theta is 1 over cos, cotangent is 1 over tan. So another kind of thing is this: if cotangent is 1 over tan, then cotangent is also, you can flip this guy, right? So you can write this here also, cotangent, oh no, sorry, we have it here. Cotangent is equal to sine over theta. The sine, cos over sine. Okay, so we flip tangent to get cotangent, and then we can flip sine over cos to get cos over sine. Okay, so those are all the identities. And what we're going to do is kind of clean up or go over the answers here. And here I have sine theta equals tan times cos. So most of the time what you try to do is get rid of the tan. Use one of these identities and use this one here, the quotient identity. So you replace tan theta with sine over cos. And then you have sine times cos over cos, and you can just think of them as variables. Sine, if you had S, C, and C, and you multiply S times C over C, the C's would cancel out, and you're left with sine, and that's how you get the right side there. Okay? So, again, you're replacing tan with sine over cos, and look at me battling. Just live to give. And you're left with that, and they cancel each other out. Boom, boom. And you're left with sine theta, which is that left side, right side. I draw a happy face. Check mark. There we go. You have some apple juice. Hold on. Yeah, I'm doing great. All right. You got a bracket, you got something in front of the bracket, so multiply it. Sine times 1 is sine. Sine times 1 over sine is sine over sine. Sine over sine is 1, and guess what? That's the right side. Okay, it's the same thing as over this guy over here. So that one's kind of straightforward. So you just multiply this times this to get that. This times this to get that. Sine over sine is 1. Sine plus 1 is the same as 1 plus sine. We're good. These pages are in a weird order, so hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. No. 42. Where am I? 40. I'm going to make it. I can do it. Okay, next up. Good. Again, just replace tan here with, replace tan here. Nope, tan here with sine over cos. You get sine squared over cos. And we know from the Pythagorean identity that sine squared over cos is the same as 1 minus cos squared theta. Remember we had this? So we replace sine squared theta. You can either replace this side with that, you can do that, or you can replace sine squared theta with this. Either way, you're going to get left side equals right side. So what I'm saying is you can either replace the right side there. You can replace the 1 minus cos squared theta with sine squared theta to get this, which is equal to what's on the left side. And you're done. This one here, don't do. A little confusing. This one here, again, tan is sine over cos. Sine times sine is sine squared. So we sine squared over cos. So I think we kind of skipped a step here. Holy cow. Sine squared theta over cos plus 1 over cos. And then when you add them up, they have the same denominator, so you add them up, you end up with this, which is the right side, and we're good. This last one on this page is a little tricky. You get sine over cos for tan, and here it's 1 over tan, which is cosecant, or cos over sine. So tan is sine over cos, but you flip it to get cos over sine. And then when you have something like this and you want to add them together, you need a common denominator, which would be sine cos. This is the most depressing video of all time, and I've made some horrible videos. I'm actually not that sick. But that's sine squared, that's cos squared. I'm actually laughing now. And you add them together to get that. Okay, so you can fill in the rest of the notes. I'm not going to make it. No, I'll make it. I'll make it for Monday, but I can't make it through this video. So do your best. Have a nice weekend. I'll work on this cough a little bit, and I'll see you Monday. See ya.